Tiffany Fontenot here. What is reverse speech? God made our brain in two hemispheres, and he made our consciousness in two different directions. The forward direction is the free will direction where we can lie or tell the truth. But in reverse, that is an involuntary system, and we cannot lie from that side of our consciousness.
They just don't want us, talking openly about these things. I mean, if you have a communist state that's emerging, like they would want to censor anything that is, not of their narrative. I mean, it's hard for people to really see that coming, but not for you. You saw this coming through reverse speech, didn't you?
Yes. And the reverse speech that I have, it's very clear this is non-consensual experimentation that's going on. So everybody's
But way back, Tiffany, you saw the transhumanist agenda long before anybody else was talking about this.
Oh yeah, because it hit me. This is May, late May in 2015. I was hit so hard. I was like, what is this? I have to find out what this is. And reverse speech was the path to that. Mm-hmm. I would look in reverse speech, and then I would know what I needed to go and research. Yeah. I was like, I didn't even know what this is. I had people through a comm system that I didn't even know I had, mm-hmm. telling me they were ETs. Nope, they weren't ETs. That was a psyoping team. And they get this comes in from the military.
What I'm trying to get at is that there's a bigger agenda, that it is a depopulation agenda, and then they want to be able to control people.
Absolutely.
And they can't take over. I'm telling you, as psychopathic as it sounds, we grew up with comic books, right? And the comic books and the cartoons always had, this villain who wanted to take over the world, right? And they had these superheroes, all the superheroes who saved you from the evil people who were taking over the world. And basically, most stories are still the same. But so a lot of people really kind of look at that as like comic book stuff, but it's not. I mean, that's the funny thing about it, is that
they're constantly telling you an allegory and predictive programming, because they want your consciousness to move down that path that you're familiar with. So they sort of poke and prod the consciousness to try to get people to accept it once it comes up.
What I'm trying to do is validate the fact that there is a bigger agenda going on here. And this reverse speech has been really pivotal. I remember back when COVID first happened, your reverse speech picked up on this ACE2, and you called it. I mean, you had this nailed. And of course, we didn't really know exactly the context of it then, but we know more about this ACE2 inhibitor now and how it shuts down, right?
And there's a bigger agenda there too, because remember the lady who was claiming to be genocided inside of Wuhan? Her reverse speech came across in English, and she seemed to be so distressed that that came across in English, and it indicated synthetic biology.
因为武汉这个事情，武汉这个瘟疫，都是有计谋、有计划发出来这个瘟疫，因为是政党里面你搞我，我搞我的事情，牺牲的是我们平民老百姓，我的家人，我的父母在家等死。没有人关心我们平民老百姓的性命，有钱也买不到药，有钱也买不到病房。然后香港同胞，你们独立我支持，台湾独立我也支持，西藏、香港独立都支持，摆脱共产党的邪恶手爪，腐败的政权，邪恶的社会。没有一个人可以自由发声，没有一个人，只有一个人自由发声，就去警察局喝茶、拘留、判刑、 法律是他们办的，不是我们来说的。他们能说判几多年就能判几多年，律师都没有用的。有一个正义的律师都会关起来，他不会为正正而说话，因为他们有邪恶的政权压迫下，不能正的说话。我要告诉你们，一个人牺牲，两个人牺牲，革命肯定是有血有肉来牺牲。我想站出来，我暴露出来，我就要站出来，我就要牺牲，为我的父母，为我的家人，为我以后的后代可以自由的生活。我发声，我也很危险，我也知道，但是我已经受不了了，受不了了。满院子的人在医院里面，没有病床，没有医药 ，CCTV 讲的那个新闻全部都是假的，全部新闻全部都是假的，全部。无非是那是所都非是危险。无非是那是所都非是危险。
Okay. So yeah, that's
Interesting that her reversal was in English.
Yeah, English is spoken in so many countries across. This has to do with our shared consciousness. So I think that's the reason that you have some people who don't even speak English, that it comes across that way, because it's shared.
And, who knows what happened to her.
Right. And then later on, she talks about the propaganda coming across the official Chinese CCTV news all being fake.
Okay.
So we've had a lot of that too here in this country. It's not been as extreme compared to other countries, I think, but China has been the absolute worst, I think. So the reversal is Wu flesh, the guide to form new flesh, their wish. So they wish to form new flesh. And I General Flynn was following me on Twitter, and I sent this to him, and I was like, this sounds like synthetic biology, like they are trying to roll something out in order to do something down the transhuman line. And then I saw they're trying to force the speciation of humans, Homo sapiens, into humans 2.0, which will be neuro-enslaved and upgradable. That's where we're headed. Okay. So Wu flesh is where it started.
Hard to see the light when everything is right and waiting for it to clear. Think while I'm alive, get terror better time. But hey, I'm still here.